Good evening and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Lake Central High School class of 2015. My name is Sean Begley, the principal of Lake Central. To start tonight's ceremony, I would like to welcome all by introducing and acknowledging the efforts of several people joining us tonight. First is the person responsible for planning and organizing tonight's ceremony. She did everything from tickets to seating, which included students that decided to participate yesterday. All the decorations and everything in between, please join me and give me a round of applause for Mrs. Lori Brown. Next, I'd like to recognize the many Lake Central faculty and staff here tonight. These great educators have spent the last 4 years helping to guide and educate these great group of students in the classroom, the athletic field, and on the stage. As we just watched our staff lead our students into the theater tonight, it signifies the last time they will serve in the official capacity as mentor and teacher. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to also recognize and thank the students of the Lake Central Musical Ensembles under the direction of Mr. Chris Harmon and Mr. David Nelson, as well as the students making up the Lake Central Counterpoints under the direction of Mrs. Sandy Hobbs. Please join me in a round of applause for their efforts tonight. Next, I'd like to recognize and introduce those on stage here tonight. They are Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Larry Veracco, School Board President, Mr. Don Basco, School Board Vice President, Mr. Howard Marshall Jr., School Board Secretary, Dr. John DeVries, School Board Member, Dr. Janice Malkow, and School Board Member, Mrs. Sandy Lessentine. Please join me in a round of applause. Welcome. Please give me a five. Finally, I'd like to recognize the students and parents of the class of 2015. This group of students is an impressive one. Through their hard work, their grit and determination, our class of 2015 will move on to many new and great challenges. Those moving on to college will represent our community with great distinction at some of our nation's greatest universities. Many of our graduates have made service to country their calling and will join the ranks of our nation's military, while many of our students will join the trades, becoming true professionals in their chosen vocation. Whatever your direction is and whatever the future holds, we wish you the very best of luck. So please join me in a round of applause for the class of 2015. Now please welcome our first student speakers tonight, presenting the class greeting. They are Class President Nicholas Kapora and Class Vice President Tiffany Polyak.
Hello, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Lake Central class of 2015. I am Nicholas Kapura, the senior class president, and joining me is Tiffany Polyak, the senior class vice president. While it is bittersweet to be graduating today, the class of 2015 is prepared for their future endeavors. Whether those endeavors be joining a trade, serving in the armed forces, or attending a university, we wish everyone in the class of 2015 good luck. Although us students have completed our education at LC, we do not graduate without leaving behind a gift to future classes of Lake Central Indians. First, the class of 2015 has donated $750 to Dollars for Scholars, along with the brick inscribed Class of 2015 for the terrace at the new football stadium. In addition, we have allocated $400 to give to the incoming freshman class, the class of 2019, to begin their class account.
Also, we have set money aside for a mural and a mirror to be placed in the school. I would like to extend a thank you from my class to all of the parents, teachers, administrators, and other staff who have made this group of students as successful as they are. And to my classmates, we made it. The 2014-2015 academic school year was a successful and memorable year for sports, academics, and the arts. It has been a long journey, but that journey doesn't end here. Remember, we have come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas and Tiffany. And I also like to thank Mrs. Loden and Mrs. Marino for sponsoring this year's senior class. Next, we will have a video presentation by seniors Emma Hupp and Madeline Conley. Presenting tonight's senior address, reflecting back, please welcome Carly Van Houten.
Congratulations, everyone. We've made it. Parents, go ahead and take that sigh of relief now. 4 years ago, we began a chapter in our lives that we thought would last forever. We walked into Lake Central with fresh pencils, new notebooks, and absolutely no sense of direction for our new classes. We wandered the halls trying to figure out what we were doing and where we were going. We stared at attractive upperclassmen and perhaps, if you were like me, purposely asked them for directional aid. Along the way, we stumbled into new classmates and teachers. However, after a few days, we finally had it down pat of which route was the quickest to class, which friends we would sit with at lunch, and which teachers would let us eat in their class and which ones would not. Now, after a few years of the same routine, we've acquired a sense of direction, not only for the school, but also our lives. We figured out which friends always had our backs. How far can we truly push ourselves? How little sleep can we function on? What it is like to fail at something or not get our way and have to pick ourselves back up and keep going. We have even figured out what we dream for our futures. Somewhere along fighting our parents over 5 more minutes of sleep and hoping for the weekend to come just a little bit quicker, we gained ambition and maturity. As we look back, we will miss our teachers taking the extra time to help us. We will miss our friends always being just a few minutes down the road. We will miss Taco Tuesdays and Pasta Wednesdays. I know. We will miss sports updates, morning announcements, and Jimmy uttering his famous catchphrase. We spent the last 4 years thinking that high school would last forever and that it would never end, that we would be stuck climbing those 3 flights of stairs every single morning. As we look back, we realize it was all really just a blink of an eye. For a few years now, we've been built, much like our new school. We watched the old school be torn down like our old embarrassing middle school habits. As the new walls went up, we grew up. Bricks were laid for the foundation of the new school and our future. Okay. Our knowledge and interests arose along with the floors of the new building. With our school, we grew better and stronger. One day, we will look back at this and think, wow, I miss the days when my biggest stress problems were my prom date's tie not matching my dress, or what's the new Wi-Fi password to the school. We'll also look back and think of our old teachers, people who groomed us to be the best we could be. People who sacrificed so much of their time and effort for some lazy teenagers who were probably just hoping that 2:09 on a Friday afternoon would come just a little bit quicker. We will recall their sacrifices and whisper thank you under our breaths as we realize how rare it is to find people so generous out in the real world. Along with these old teachers, we will miss our parents and family being there for us at the end of every single day. They supported us through all our sporting events, band competitions, plays, and even academic achievements. We will miss them paying for our cell phone bills so we could look up the answers in class for free. But perhaps most importantly is what we'll miss is them having our backs every day after school. We'll look back and realize that they are the people who we truly aspire to be like.
Well, it is that time to say goodbye to Friday night lights, proms, cafeteria lunches, old classes with our favorite friends, teachers who took the extra time to make sure we understood everything, and take off the security blanket we've known as high school for the last few years. After tonight, we walk out as graduates, ready to take on the world. But let's never forget what an amazing start Lake Central High School gave us.
Presenting tonight's second senior address, looking forward, please welcome Alexis Morales.
Hi, everybody. It always seems like the greatest, most memorable moments in life happen right before our eyes. They go by so quickly that you aren't even allowed to fully absorb the beauty of the tiny details, like what you were wearing, what song was playing in the car, or the exact words someone said to you when they told you something meaningful. You probably are thinking back now to the past 4 years of your life, realizing it was a blur or wondering what the purpose was. High school was so eventful that I want to take a moment to reflect on the past 4 years. We have survived the anxiety of failing an exam we studied extremely hard for. We dragged ourselves to school while trying to hold back the tears of a first heartbreak. We desperately tried to hold on to friendships that we knew were slowly fading. We have even said goodbye to some of our classmates who were taken from us too soon, but deserve to be sitting here with the rest of us today. We have been through it all. To make sure that we never forget this day, everybody close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. And just take it all in. Take a deep breath. Think about it. You are sitting here moments away from becoming Lake Central's graduating class of 2015. You finally made it. You can open your eyes now. You no longer have to binge watch all 8 seasons of Dexter on Netflix just to avoid writing an English paper. Or make one last scroll through your Instagram at midnight to make sure your crush didn't like someone else's picture. It has all come to this, and we should be proud of ourselves. Nobody has a perfectly easy life. I think that's the common misconception that we all had throughout high school. We all thought that people had it better than we did, had a better job, better grades, better family, and maybe that was all true, but why were we even comparing ourselves to each other in the first place? Let's face it, Kim Kardashian's butt will always look better than ours. Even if it is fake. But on a serious note, we should not be letting anything or anyone define our own beauty and uniqueness. In our heads, we have all developed something that is referred to in psychology as a tyranny of the shoulds. This is where we develop an unrealistic, flawless image of a person that we hold ourselves to live up to. We have already told our future selves where we should be. We should have perfect, well-paying jobs. We should find the love of our lives by age 21. And most importantly, we should have exact goals set for what we want to accomplish as adults. This is not normal. In the next year, most of us will find ourselves still stressed out about deciding on college majors or realizing that we don't have the time to worry over the drama of a relationship. In fact, you'll probably find yourself on your couch in your sweats, shoving popcorn down your throat as you wonder when things will go your way. That is normal. I'm here to tell you that you do not have to be a famous songwriter, published author, or even President of the United States for people to be proud of you. Being the best that you can be is the most beautiful gift that you can give to the world. At times, I know that we could all use a do-over. Of course, it would be great to reverse time and have a second shot. To not harbor regrets would create such a fulfilling feeling, but again, it is not normal. We are all only human and will make a multitude of mistakes in our lifetime. So don't let your past interrupt your future. Sure, maybe you didn't make the best of choices, but you have an entire lifetime left to learn from them. Joseph Campbell must said, "We must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us. Forget about the mistakes that you may have made, because they will only keep you from reaching your dreams." While in the midst of preparing for our futures, we cannot forget about all the people who got us this far. Everyone, let's give a round of applause to our parents and teachers. Thank you, moms and dads, who dealt with our attitude problems and fluctuating hormones, but still loved us enough to prepare dinner for us each night. And without our teachers, how would we have learned such random facts, such as how to graph polynomial functions, or memorizing the definitions of vocab words like agoraphobia, which ironically means fear of work? Really, though, we do owe a lot of our knowledge to our teachers. Many people have been a part of our successes, and we would not be sitting here in these caps and gowns today without them. Our journey for the rest of our lives begins today. As we all head off in different directions to follow our dreams, we must always remember not to be conceited about our victories. Nobody wears arrogance well. Instead, we should be accepting of others and show them nothing but compassion. And as a class, we may not have enough to change the world, but we can make a pretty good start. 10 years from now, when you are all nothing but successful and at a happy place in your life, remember where you came from. It all started here. In the wise words of Winston Churchill, "Now it is not the end, it is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." Thank you for letting me represent you, class of 2015. We did it.
Thank you, Alexis. Would you please welcome the Lake Central Counterpoints under the direction of Mrs. Sandy Hobbs as they perform the song, "Let It Be." Thank you to the counterpoints and Mrs. Hobbs. It's now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Veracco for his address.
Thomas Edison once stated, "Many of life's failures are men and women who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." Persistence in the face of struggle is difficult for a large percentage of people in our society. Class of 2015, many of you have experienced productive struggle. This may have occurred in your advanced placement chemistry course or in memorizing the last line of the school play. Did I say something wrong? But you have become stronger from these experiences. Is a commitment to additional effort in order to reach goals something all of us are capable of making a part of our lives? One of my favorite books, 212, The Extra Degree, has among its central themes the notion that sometimes exponential breakthroughs occur after one more attempt or only a slight increase in effort. The first pages of the book state, at 211 degrees, water is hot. At 212 degrees, it boils. And with boiling water comes steam. And with steam, you can power a train. The author used this simple example to make understandable for all of us the importance and power of consistent, determined effort in everything we do. This message is directly on point for success in the workforce, as there are millions of examples of individuals who have achieved life-altering results as a result of their resolve. We have all heard stories about scientists, entrepreneurs, and athletes who have proven that greatness may be achieved through the employment of extreme focus. While it's easy to apply the 212 message to our careers, it is the application of this mindset to the rest of our lives that I want to share with you at this time. The author of 212 reminds us that small things often make a tremendous difference and might cause a chain reaction of goodness in the world. An example of a small thing might be helping our elderly neighbors with cleaning up their yard or moving their trash can to the curb. When asked by a community group to donate canned goods just a few days after already giving, we can choose to reach back into our pockets and share a little more with those among us who are less fortunate. I believe we all play a part in making the world a better place, even though at times it may seem our contributions are small. I personally love the short story about a young boy on the beach who was seen throwing starfish back into the ocean one at a time when an adult approached him, and the conversation went something like this. "Good morning. May I ask you what it is you are doing?" The boy paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean." "Why are you throwing starfish into the ocean?" asked the somewhat startled man. The boy replied, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die." The man commented, "But young man, do you not realize that there are miles and miles of beach and there are starfish along every mile? You can't possibly make a difference." At this, the child bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. As it met the water, he looked up again and said, "I made a difference for that one." Class of 2015, an extra degree can boil water, which creates enough steam to power a train. One more attempt can lead to a major medical breakthrough, the next life-changing gadget, or enable you to win a gold medal. And a small act of kindness, which might seem insignificant to some, will have a profound impact on those helped by our actions. On behalf of the entire Lake Central staff, I offer my sincere congratulations to all of you for your successes here at Lake Central, and we wish you the best in the years to come. Thank you.
To be awarded their Lake Central High School diploma.